Hello, hello. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TP's Trinkets and Treasures. I know you can't see me, but that's a little bit better. I don't know. Anyways, if this is the first time you've come across one of my videos in that little corner of the World Wide Web known as YouTube, welcome. I hope that you will find this entertaining and informative enough that you'll want to hit that like button, subscribe, um, change the notification bell to all so you never miss the release of one of my videos. I also have a membership that is $9.99 a month, but you get 10% off any purchases you make with me at a live sale, including this Saturday's auction. So if you spend $100, you've already paid for the discount pays for your membership. And then anything you purchase above and beyond that, you get 10% off. Okay. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for being here. You guys are the reason I still do this and strive to do better every day at it. And I just appreciate you guys showing up for me every day, day in and day out. Okay. Hello. Yeah, it looks like I'm using smoke. Yeah, it's all hazy looking. I'm not. I quit smoking in January 2023, and I've never regretted it for a second. Sorry, I forgot to put my lips on. Hi, Tina. Yes, the dogs are going nuts. We just got home. It will just be a minute. He's been out. I'll quiet them down, but I'm gonna hit mute for just a minute. Tammy, thank you so much. So excited that you decided to join and be a member. Welcome. Hello, Tina. Hello, Gracia. I'm so glad to see you. I have some great news about Saturday, but I'm gonna wait till we have a few more people rolling in so that I'll still repeat myself.
I'm going for husband of the day.
Oh, husband of the day, not husband of the year. What's that?
12 strands of pearls and a bottle of wine.
There you go. The wine I'll take, that's mother of pearl, but they're beautiful.
Well, Pearl was a little young, so I got her mom.
Oh my.
Sorry. Can I have your coffee cup and I'll give you some wine?
Not. Which one?
Both of them. Thank you, my love.
Thank you. He went to get mother of pearl rounds for me because I need to put them in a package of couple packages I'm sending out tomorrow.
I did.
Rosanna said, hi, Steve.
Hi. Four sizes, 2 strands.
All right. Well, you should go and go.
Yeah, I am right now. Come on, Sharon.
Anyways, I had an amazing, the puppies are going nuts. It'll just be a moment. I had an amazing over 4-hour conversation today with Vlad. I got a bunch of behind the scenes details and like what the symbolism behind certain beads are. So I can't wait. I was smart enough to just hit the voice recorder on my phone. That way I could be present in the conversation rather than furiously trying to write notes for 50 collections. But the good news I have is that while I was in him, I was like, well, maybe next time we can split up some of the bigger collections, like this one that has the 8 lentils in it. And he goes, split up any of them that you want. You go ahead and do it. So I'm going to on a few. Probably this one, and then the one that has the like 4 birds, 4 tabs, and then I might split those up too. But that way I'm able to make the beads accessible to those that may have a lower budget, which I'm all about. So he also said that he asked if he could be in the watch the video as it was going, and of course I said yes, you can. And then he's like, I'll be quiet, I won't comment. I said, please comment. Please, that would make the experience that much better for everybody. I think you guys would all love that. I know it takes, I gotta get a new bulb for the other light. That's the, but yeah, I got behind the scoop details. There's quite a few one and done beads in these collections. Like they made it and said no. Recreating that over and over and over again, no, don't want to do it. So hi Beth. Oh, you're okay. Hi Linda. Did I miss anybody else? There's 12 of you on here, but I don't think 12 of you are commenting. Tammy, I got, and she's a new member. Thank you, love. I so appreciate you. Then Tina and Gracia said hello. Said hello. Well, Roseanne didn't say hi to me, but she said hi to Steve, which is fine because we literally got off the phone 10 minutes ago. So did you see my face though while it was muted? It wasn't until I muted the microphone that I saw that you became a member. So that was great. I know it's cloudy looking. It's because one of my light bulbs is burned out. We have to go tomorrow and pick up a new one. Ba, ba, ba. Steve said, me. Thank you, Beth. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be great. So I got some special finds I want to show with you. Some of which may be in the pearl sale next Wednesday. Or should we do it the following Saturday? I keep going back and forth if you guys like need a week after the column auction and I should just let you guys chill, but I don't know. And also Vlad said he was shocked that they didn't charge me any kind of duty fee. So but I have a few little specials. Hi Donna. Hello. That I want to share. And something just hit me that I had not considered. One of the things that I got from Bernie's yesterday when I went down and spent way too much money and the back room where all the good beads are. But I'm excited. Where the heck did I just put it? I literally just had it. I have a little baggie of little shells somewhere. Oh, they're right here. Okay. And I showed you guys need to go down to the mat. Yes. Oh, she did. I think that was that's not only is it free, it's time to get. Okay, we're gonna go down to the mat. So I have these, and I sent a couple to Beth and Roseanne. Well, I sent some to Beth. I haven't sent it to Rosanna yet, which is okay because she'll be happy. But while I was there, they're a little bit too small. Man, I have all these like flat back little hand carved mother of pearl shells. I also want to see if these can be flat on the like the large wooden walnut beads because I think they'd be beautiful. And we can make like a little, and there's a bunch of different kinds. This one is larger than, I don't want this one a little. I mean, you could still put it in there and just maybe put little seed beads all around the outside of it, and that would be, it's a little too bright. Okay. Yeah, I know I look this way. That's the only way that I can. Better? Still smoky? yeah, for the wood beads, I have the great big huge. Sorry, on my mat, like right here, or the little. I literally have my little pull-out desk right here.
Hold on.
Babe, do you think you can move this
No,
without
I'm gonna fix it.
spilling
Hold on.
everything? You're gonna fix what? Oh, you already got the light bulb, or you found it?
Doesn't matter. I'm the man. Nobody laughed at my mother of pearl joke. I am so offended.
What mother of pearl? Oh, yeah.
I told you, golfer husband of the year.
I know, but
I got the
careful.
day.
You keep hitting this camera. I'm gonna go up until he's done. So if he hits the other camera, we're okay. Anyways, I literally have all the golden beads right here on the little pull-out desk. Because I need to photograph them because I'm gonna post. I don't think, are these the biggest ones? No. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get this desk back in there without filling all those beads. So let's not tempt fate, and we'll talk about the wood beads another time. Okay, cool. Now we can turn this
It
one.
needs to, I think it needs to be higher though.
Yeah, it does
It
need to
got
be
me
higher.
lower somehow
But I'm already not ghosty, and it's not as smoky looking.
because I fixed it.
Yeah. And I might need to clean the lens, but this will be better for when I go down on the mat. Okay, that wood bead was not big enough. I'll have to look at the bigger ones that I have that I can't get to. So anyway, let's go on.
Is that good?
Pretty.
Is that better?
The only thing is that it can be seen.
Oh, hold on. I can put it up there.
Just the like.
You're fine.
Okay.
It probably got dropped so that you could reach the light bulb because you were shorty and blind.
Really?
Yeah. My sister's shorter than you. Don't.
I know.
There's one person.
Here, I will just like turn this down just a little bit.
There you go.
There. Now nobody can see it. We're all good.
And you're not smoky. All right. There you go.
Yes, I look like a human again, not a ghost. So I have some that are really large, and I'm hoping they'll fit on those because I think that could become expensive. Oh,
Sorry.
that's worse than nails on for me. But yeah, we don't care that we can see it. Okay. You're like, you did take 6 months for a husband to fix something. Yeah, exactly.
It takes 6 months to get me to build something because I build stuff all day at work.
Yeah, that it does take long. Okay, back down on the map. So I got a bunch of these. They're just little carved mother of pearl cabochons because they're not drilled at all. But I got those. I got these rondelles. The type of shell is completely eluding me right now. But I got what is the brown mother of pearl? I cannot think of what it is. But I got a couple strands of those. I got a few really cool little focals. Rosanna thinks this is the inside of a shell that they just cut, but look at all the movement. And it's so pretty. So pretty. Like the lighter shell pearls from the South Sea shell pearls would go beautifully with this. So there's one of those, but then this is just like there's two of these. So they're like little turbines and they're so cool looking. Like those. These are my babies. Going down on the mat because you're dirty mind. Yeah, if you would have been here when Steve said, well, Pearl's a little young, so I went for her mother, you would have laughed at that. I have no doubt. Or the rondelles maybe, no, because they're like brown. So I'm trying to remember what they are. I don't know. Oh, that I didn't spell it. Okay. I cannot remember what it is to save my life. Where's my phone? Let's ask Google with the camera option. What is this? They just say shell pearls or genuine. It's not telling me what I no, that's not it at all. Anyways, they're very pretty. And then these next ones you will be used to seeing them more like this and like the trumpet style. But these beads, they like put two together and then they're drilled from top to bottom, which is so cool. You could put this with just some wood beads, maybe do a small wood bead, then a large wood bead, then another small, and then go back to this with some of those flat spacers Linda says I need to get, which I did order. But and then the other way that you're used to seeing these kind of shells, which is Luhana. So those are Luhana. I discovered so many beads I forgot I have. Exactly. I do that all the time. Steve's like, you would think I'd be upset about you having all these beads and whatnot, but when you rediscover them, you're like, but okay, so I looked these up. These are 3 strands of brilliant pearls. They're nearly perfectly round. So I looked them up, and these are like the lighter version of the oil slick type pearls, the peacock pearls. But this is the lighter version. But to get the coloring this close with just that little bit of the luster on the outside of the pearl is very difficult to get. You don't find the color varies more when you have all of them together. So these are brilliant. I love them. And yeah, right after I bought them, Bernie said, why do you always pick the best beads? And I'm like, because you are the one who taught me about beads. What are you talking about? And then he had a couple of interesting ones. I only grabbed a couple of these because I wasn't sure. What they did is they took these shells, like the Shiva shells, and then they matched the darkest orange and like filled it in with resin. So they took shells that were like broken and then they just filled it in with the resin. And I think they look so cool. Would I like them better if they were the full shell? Of course, but if you have a broken one and you can turn it into something like this, it's gorgeous. I know you said peacock, so then I looked it up, and that is the way that it is. And yes, Cammy, you do save money when you shop your stash, which I do all the time, and that's why I can't ever keep my desk clean. So there's those, but then you also see them like this, but I've never seen them in quite as many colors. So there's one strand, or it was a necklace that has, and it's from the 70s, you can tell by the glass. And these are the lighter ones. So they're just like little ones. I don't, again, just throw some wood beads in every 3 or 4 of these shells, and you're good to go. This one has the purple one. The purple and the like green instead of more of like the white or coral look. I've never seen them this nice, and they're drilled beautifully. And then this is the color we're all kind of used to seeing, the green gold with the coral on it. And I love Luana shells. They're some of my favorites. So I was really excited that he got new ones. And then speaking of well-drilled beads, these shells are well-drilled shells. They're so pretty. I love all the color variation in them. Some you see more pink. This one there's more green. It's just, they're beautiful. So I had to get one of those. And yeah, I had to get these because if you watched my Golden Bead haul, you know that I bought a whole bunch of their piece beads, and I love them, and I thought they'd be really fun to pair with those. So I had to get some of those. There's not a lot that I would share. Oh, and then we had to get some of the troker or troca. Rosanna, my gel expert. I know, right, Georgina? If I had a choice, college of breeze, space or kid. Oh, don't you hate when you do that? So now when it's Bendy, if you really love me, yeah, she loves to be called that. What a morning I have. I dropped my container of shot and it went everywhere. So I spent most of the morning cleaning up. That stuff got everywhere. Oh my god. I done that with pearls, and literally, guys, the sock over the end of the hose on the vacuum is my saving grace almost every time because it sucks the beads up, but they don't go into the vacuum, and then you just point the hose upward when you turn it off, and then you can dump out your beads, and then you can do more. You just have to be careful of aw, great. Shot is what you put in tumblers to help like it shines and polishes while also getting rid of any sharp edges you may not have gotten to. So, and there's different kinds. That's why I'm not being specific a with the name of them. Oh, no baby yet. Aw. Did she do a live today while I was on with Glad? If I did that. Oh yes, and it's strengthen and work hard is the one. Linda, I appreciate that. I was kind of bummed that I was gonna miss her members only live, but I don't know if she had one. And then these are just some shells that were probably like glued together. They're still like perfectly lined though. I don't know. But those are pretty. Again, I thought they could just go with just about anything. I'm so obsessed with this one. I love that. I love the look of it and the movement. I'm half tempted to, like, could you imagine this on a wind chime and how it would just spin and spin and spin in the wind? I think that would be pretty. I might just have to do that. Speaking of which, I'll show you what I got. So the reason I got all the structure rounds was look at these shells. That's the underneath. They look like little elf shoes or duckbills to me. I'm not sure exactly, but I saw them and fell in love. So this is the largest size, and then this is the smaller size. And I can't tell, I think these are real pearls too. Hey, hey, hey. This strand has real pearls on it. That's nice. looks like somebody maybe was gonna do something with it because it is on beading wire. And not plastic like these, but these are the smaller ones. I just think they're so pretty. Again, if you were to put these on a wind chime with a few beads in the middle and they could twist, it would be so pretty. No, that's you, my love. But I had you in mind as I was. Why do you think I grabbed these? Because I was going to send you a couple of these for your beach wedding stuff. I'm not doing beach wedding. I'm just a shell nut. I just love shells. I am putting them in jewelry. Always kind of signifies like, oh, here comes summer and whatnot. And then I have these ones as well that are drilled very nicely. And like this side, they're more of like a blue and gray, but on the back side, they have that really pretty, like pinky purple color. So, two-sided necklace. I'm all about it. And that's something I learned from Black today. Some of their beads are designed specifically so that you can do that. You can switch which side it is. And then to the pearls. I got some beautiful pearls besides just those gorgeous light, like the light oil slick. I got these beautiful, like pinky copper, purple, like depending upon where the light hits it. It's just so pretty. I'm so glad to have that light back. I can't wait to get my other light back, like this one, so it can be over here. And then I can just use the ginormous ring light for taking pictures with. But I got those. Okay, I can only see a few minutes. Hello. Before you pop out though, Michelle, at the beginning I let people know that Vlad said it was okay to split up some of the collections so that they are accessible to all price points. So yeah. And then these are like these, but lighter. And they're looking gold. They're not gold. They are like they have gold to them, but there's like copper tone within it, and they're more like a pinky color. I don't know how to describe it. They're very pretty. We'll just say that. There are 2 strands of those, but he has a lot more. And then I showed the coppery ones. Where are the other ones? Oh yeah, and then these ones are pretty, and in some light, some of them also have like that red color. They're the prettiest, like coppery brown. I love them. And then something I have never seen before, and I absolutely love pearls. These are actually pearl heishi. Itty bitty pearl heishi. And we're going to use some of these in the design I'm going to do tonight. So I'm just going to place those and this right here. My pearls are. Oh, I didn't show off this. What Randy, or not Randy, Beth and Rosanna. Oh, there they are. I haven't put them. I got these 2 focals shells, which are just beautiful. There's the back. I almost like the back better. I kind of like how it kind of like twirls down like a whirlpool. So I got 2 of those, $10 a piece. That's my cost. But they're beautiful. And then he had a strand of little baby ones that also have like gold spacers in between that I think at a minimum are 18 karat gold plated, but they might not just be plated. And then these, the girls were calling the cinnamon roll shells, which funnily enough, I didn't even notice that last night. I just thought they were gorgeous. Again, like you just pop one. You could even just put one of them with these if you didn't want to use all of those. Right now, this is giving me Madonna bra vibes, but they're so pretty. And then he had these. These were just in like I said, this was all from most of this was all from a buyout that he did. From somebody who obviously liked shells and girls, because that's mostly what was in it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep those out for a second. Because what I wanted to do tonight, yep, pretty good. Thank you. You're welcome. I took a look and laughingly said cinnamon bun. Yeah, she looked right at it and she goes, "Oh my gosh, those look like cinnamon buns." And I was like, "How? I didn't even see that." These are so pretty though. Like you would think how perfectly shaped. Like, do you see that? Perfectly shaped and sized. This woman must have gone through 10 strands to get this many, like perfectly sized, perfectly shaped. That, this was the labor of love for somebody because there's no way that you just pull out a strand and they're all this pretty. So those are gorgeous and I love them. So what I'm thinking is that it would be really pretty if we took the carnelian and we used some of these because look at how the carnelian, sorry, I know that the writing on things on my mat are causing an issue. So let's try to put that out. But see how once you pop the carnelian next to them, you pull all of those like orangey reds out. And so I like those. And I was thinking that we could either, this might be too small though, use this for a focal. It's pink aventurine, their little drop. I think that's gonna be too small. Well, I don't know. What do you all think? Do you think it's too small? Also, what was number one in the companion bundle? Because I don't think I got it. I have my rectangle, I have all of that, but whatever number one was, I don't have. Now I'm going back and forth. If I stick to the ones up here, because it's obviously a graduate strand, then I don't think that it would be too small. I think it would be okay. And it could be kind of the big sun. Okay, then I may have gotten it. Thank you, Rosanna. Oh, the big gold sun, like the one I'm almost positive I got it. Thank you, Rosanna, for that. Because I was like, what don't I have? And I was surprised because it was number one. So I was like, how did that? Where did I put all of those? I have like a whole thing that's nothing but suck. Aww. It seemed to drive me because you said that, and immediately I thought you meant to use it in this piece of jewelry for the focal, and that would be absolutely magical. So let me see if I plop them in here. I don't think I did. Oh, no, that's related quartz. Silver. This is more. Gold. Here's my wood beads. Where are the sun? Like I have everything else right here. Where did I put that container? Nope. No. Oh my gosh, this is gonna drive me absolutely crazy. Because I just had that. Babe, if you're still listening, can you come move this little desk so I can look in my drawer without getting all the collections out of order again?
No way.
Thank you, love.
What do you need?
Can you just take this desk and this part and move it so it doesn't knock over? I'm looking for the container that has all of my skunk. That's what I'm looking for. And I could have sworn, I mean, I know I had it. Like right here. So it's driving me crazy. There's the sunstone. Mhm. This is gonna drive. Well, it's crazier than I already am. I think I found him. I found him. Thank you, love. You being there made it happen. It was just the energy. Okay.
Do you want this back over there?
No. Keep it right there. That way I don't knock it over. I don't know how I feel about that one with. I was gonna do this one. Man, if these were just a little bit bigger, I could glue that in the center. I need like the 12 millimeter, not the 10. That's a bummer because that could have been cool looking. But I wouldn't want to wire wrap on this at all. So that's, I know that would be a way to make that happen. That's just not the way I want it to happen. So, see, Rosanna, I told you I had enough to share. Rosanna missed out on buying extra of these. So yeah, Heather, lay the teardrop bead over the sun so I can see what it looks like, please. Okay. The teardrop bead over the sun. Hi, Kim. All of your focals are in one box, right? I do that too. Hi, Jennifer. Hi. Girl, I don't know if you know or not, but I'm doing the big ball and bead auction on Saturday morning. There are many, many one-of-a-kind beads, designs that they made and said, nope, that's too difficult to recreate. The glaze messed up, but then they couldn't recreate the chemical reaction, things like that. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I don't know what part of the country you're in, but yeah, this is cool. Yes, you like that. You think I should put I'm just trying to figure out how I would connect it. I love this little veil. but it would be cool if I could do, but it's like soldered. Otherwise, I would take it off. It's so pretty. So maybe if I just put like an oval, or I do also have I could cut the charm off of that and put it inside, or the loop off of this. It without the loop, it would fit perfectly. See? Perfect. At least I think it's perfect. So there's that, but I understand wanting to add the color in. Like I said, if I had a 12 millimeter bead that was big enough. Oh, wait. This is the bag I bought for myself, so it's not coming out of the sale, but I believe this is 12 millimeter anyways. Nope, it's not. Where is it? What about that? Can you hang it from one of the rays? Oh, like put the teardrop under the sun? That looks cool, and I have other colors I can pull out. Let me see. I have strands that were already broken out of the thing. And some I'm gonna break into smaller strands anyways. So again, like I have this color. That would bring in the carnelian really nice. What do you think? Oh, hang it from the top ray. Look at you and Linda being so symbiotic. I can't tell. I also have the butter yellow ones, but I think the red one was a really cool. Hi, sweetie. I'm so happy to see you, Renee. Hello, girl. I know you're dealing with a lot, so thanks for showing up. I really appreciate it. So if I hung this from one of the top rays, it wouldn't fit. It would be like, it's not big enough to go directly over the ray. Let me see. Here's a little jump ring, but I think I'm gonna need a smaller one. I have some right here at hand. Oh, let's see here. Like I said, this one may be too small or too big. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. See it hang, if it goes down to the bottom of the sun, but if I use the smaller one, I don't know if it would still fit. So let me see though. I do like that reddish coppery pearl in the center though. That's pretty. Smaller overall. Rosanna. It is a teardrop. Just don't bring it to the veil. See, that's what I mean for Saturday is for I need Beth to be there where she can like ding dong me if there's something I'm missing. Come on. Chill out. Um okay. I gotta get it facing the right way. I think I'd have to use two because it's not. Yeah, I have to use the second one. I need to use two smaller ones because that one size, it's not hanging in the correct direction. And rather than trying to get my pliers in around this jumping, let's cut it off. Okay, so then if we do one of the tinky tots, and then one that's a little bit bigger. Here we go. Choose your own adventure time. Oh, what am I? So then I would go on the veil. Close it. Sorry, I was off camera. The itty bitty won't fit over the. Yeah, I just cut that one off. It's not worth the time or aggravation. I think I'm going to do the larger jump ring on the veil and then the smaller jump ring onto the teardrop. I think that's going to be the best course of action. Grab one of these. That should be big enough to go around the veil. I'm going to put the little one onto the teardrop. And then when the okay. And then I'll put the larger one and link it to this up to the this one. Yeah, I told Beth today, I'm like, I need one of you to be with me tomorrow in StreamYard so I can show you all the tips and tricks. So that, because I need Steve to focus on who has the winning bid when the timer runs out. So, okay, like that. Do we like that? I bet it is good. Oh wait, what is everybody happy to hear? I'm feeling okay. I took my meds, so I'm better. Okay. A link of chain or two. Yeah. Okay. We could ask Brock. That's very true. If he doesn't have an event this weekend. Okay. Now we're gonna cut this strand open as well as the carnelian, and I may even reuse the gold beads because I'm thinking if we do one of these, a gold bead, a few of these, a gold bead, the carnelian, and go backwards, I think that could be really pretty. I want the bigger shells kind of out of the way. But like I said, I will probably, yeah, these are definitely at a minimum plated and they look like it was nice plating. Okay, 19 strand belong right here. I'm gonna move Pixie over a little bit so I don't go out of frame. I hope that didn't make anybody. I didn't create any tummy issues because obviously. Okay. Put that there. Move this over and out of the way. Okay. Let's brand this. Oh my gosh, my nail from okay. See, that's the only thing. This veil is already pretty finicky. So I might have to go to a little bit smaller jump ring just to keep it from being able to float around to the back. Okay, I need to put some beads on either side of this where the veil kind of just sit on. And then I'm going to start with the pearl species. There's definitely a top and bottom to these, so sure. I've been practicing, you guys. You see this? I literally, I literally sat here picking up seed beads for a couple of hours the other day just because I want to get better at picking up beads off the mat. There. Let's open our carnelian. Ding dong, which is dead. Oh, wrong ding dong. Yes, wrong ding dong. Yeah, or Joey, but I don't know. I think he has an event this weekend. I talked to him last night. Joey is one of Steve's younger brothers from his dad's second marriage. Come on. You? Yeah, these are definitely flat and then there's like a rounded side up across the top. Are the pearls too small, you guys? Hi, Brandy. Jennifer has a beautiful granddaughter named Bella Rain. And so that's why it's Bella Rain jewelry. So yeah. That's my hubby asking. He likes to make sure he's in the know of everybody. Okay, what do we think about the shell? Is it too big? I can't decide. see something. What if I don't put purples on the other side? And just go like that, and then that. Oh, oops, no gold. I might forego the shells and just go straight to the either wood beads, or I'll use some of the frosted pink adventuring to kind of bring in the pink, or maybe the rondelle. The shells are beautiful, but I don't know that these beads have enough size to them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If they were all this big, maybe, but I feel like they're not, it's just not vibing with me. Where are my sisters? Cutters. Because now, if we add the pearls back on, we can see what the rondelle looks like. Because I don't think the rondelles will be too, like, they won't look out of place. These are some itty bitty pearls, so little, but they're so pretty. I love the color of them. They also have that touch of metallic look to them. It's just so pretty. I need some type of inspiration. For what, love? You still do? Okay. What did I miss? I love them. It's pretty cute, especially how they're black. Oh, yeah. I should go see. Okay, hold on. He's going to be like, no, you really shouldn't. Hold on, just a second. Let me see if it finally came through or not. What happened to it? Because I sent it. What happened to it? I don't know. I'll find it before Friday morning and I'll put it up. It's the cutest video. They didn't like the music that they were playing, but because they kept like the DJ switched it from like one type of music to the other type of music, and it just wasn't the vibe, but they still had fun. And then he had a sweet dance with her to I Hope You'll Dance by Leanne Womack. What do you guys think? Like that better? Because it brings the pink adventuring up. I like that. I like the teeny tiny pearls. They're so pretty. There's probably like 1,000 of them in that bag. There's it's yelling at me about something from the other one. I think it was some yelling. I'm missing messages. Okay, let me see. What would you like to see me do with the piece, Linda? No, that's what I thought I was gonna do. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, we'll just put the shells back on. Let's see. I was trying to bring in more of the bead box, is all. Okay. If we don't add the itty bitties, no, I don't like it like that. I think it just has to be stacked up. Me, I'm just trying to like, oh, I hope I can use this in several projects. But if we just do the shell, I can always do the shell right at the beginning and then do a break and put beads up afterwards instead of doing only the shells. We can just kind of keep all the shells down by the focal, and then we can always swap and go to beads above the shell section. So this will be 5. Maybe if we do 7 of them. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Let's see, one more. I'm just being stingy with the shells because I want to use them for more than one project. That's all. That's all it is. So then if I just did this 7, I could then, from that point on, go between the carnelian, possibly. No, those are too little. So I want cedar or walnut. The cedar has more red in it. We wouldn't even have to use the pink aventurine if we just use a bead in between. What do y'all think of this? This is like a one of a kind necklace. So the chances of me getting beads that are drilled this perfectly would be. What do you guys think of this? Hold on. I don't like where this one is going. I'm not mad at you. Calm down. Okay. Block, color block it. See, we're on the same page for a solution. Add the beads and block. I missed you taking that all off. Yeah. I just started. Well, kind of, but I'm trying to learn watching from TV. Good night. Night, Renee. Love you. Yeah, I know you like the more soft tone. So are you wanting me to swap out the carnelian? I like the carnelian next to the shell because it pulls out the red. But if you think it should be color blocked, this is what, and we could even do it asymmetrical, and on the other side start with the pink adventuring and then go to the lighter tone for my Kim. Well, then I gotta do all that color. Oh no! Come on, come on. Man. Oops. This is why you use a clip of some time on the other end, the other part of your necklace. And I don't see it right here. Oh, here we go. Okay. I saved it. Not much fell off, so we're okay. I wish this veil would stay sitting the way it's supposed to. It keeps turning. And so it's causing the teardrop to look weird. Hopefully, once we're done, I'm gonna put 3 of these spacers so that one goes under the veil and the other 2 are on either side of it. And let's go ahead and do the shells here. 1. This one's too big for it. Trying to design from all of it. I'm with you, Kim. That's what I think. That's why I was going back and forth between the carnelian and the pink adventure. I like the way that looked because it, like you said, created more of a contrast. Not that the color blocking doesn't. I just kind of liked it allowed me to use all of the tones of the pink adventuring, where if I color block, I literally have to sit here and find 6 that are the exact same color, and then I'm gonna run out of them because there's not a lot. So that's why I was alternating, which I think I'm gonna go back to because I like the look of that better than the color blocking. That's just my preference. So I'm gonna go back to that because I like the way it looked better. And while I love suggestions, I hope they don't come with expectations. And if I'm ever on one of your videos and I give suggestions, know that they don't come with expectations. Just like advice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I learned that with my kids. If my kids are scared to come talk to me about something, then they're, even though my word has like a weight to it, if they're afraid to talk to me, they'll never come do so and hear my advice. So, but advice, people are going to do one of 3 things. They're going to follow it Second one, they're going to adjust it and make it fit their life, their family, their whatever, better. Or three, it goes in one ear and out the other. That's kind of how I like to operate. And I like the alternating. I think that's going to be really pretty. And again, then I'm not using all of the resources on one necklace. I never wanted to just restring the shell. That it was a beautiful design, but it wasn't mine, and I had a vision for the way I wanted this to look. So I am, however, loving these little gold spacers that were in between the shells. They're very nice. Like, oh, now, you know that at least the back of my neck is going to be chained because I can't handle the weight or the way the beads feel on the back of my neck. They always give me a headache. But if I use chain, then that doesn't happen. Or leather. This would also be pretty with just a short strand of like reddish brown leather. Make a loop and then tie this on. I might just do that. That I think would be really pretty, and because it's just 1.5 millimeter, it won't like overwhelm it or. And then it's something you could dress up or dress down. Oh, good. I'm happy you're learning too. I know you'll probably be like, yes, please do the leather. Because she's my leather knotting loving good friend. It's a passion we both like. I was gonna be like, let's go over here and just let it all fall again. You know, that would be great. I think if we did 7, I'm gonna test the length or measure the length in just a minute if I can find a ruler. I have sassy shell pearls on my desk. I have gold beads on my desk. I have companion bundle. Hopping from one to the other to the other. Isn't always easy. Okay, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would want at least 5 of each color so that we keep, even though in the end it's 10 beads, the number of each bead is odd. So it's still, and like I said, I could have gone completely asymmetrical had I color blocked, but like something I didn't show you where I found the prettiest baggie that just had 2 mother of pearl shell like squares, and they were like dyed, and then it was there are 3 different colors, and I was like, that's something I could absolutely do. Okay, so one more carnelian, but I think I want 5 of each piece. That what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So do I end with the pink aventurine or just leave it at the carnelian? I kind of think I want. No, let's go with the pink aventurine. That way the red isn't like in your face. The leather color doesn't look too orange. We'll take it back to the lighter color, but it won't. And then we will print this with the loops on either side. And then we will knot our leather and add that. Do I have another? I don't. So I'm gonna go ahead. Not that I was matching this whole time, but these two are back. It's right. So okay, we're gonna put. Nope, I picked up the wrong piece. Sorry. Okay, plant this side. We're gonna let this kind of come down a little bit because we don't need all that space. And then I will have enough to do a bracelet still. That's number 3. I really need to order more current tubes. Like really, really need to order some tubes. Those are number 4. Okay, I'm gonna use my micro gripper and just use the size 1 gold ones. Where is my gripper? If I can get this cord through and back out, that is. That might be a problem. Yeah, it doesn't want to go through there. Okay, I guess we're using copper. Which I'm okay with because it brings out the tones. I think it will still be pretty. And then I'm using my magical crimper. So I'm just going to put the crimp tube on. I'm going to fold back and go through. I'm going to pull the loop down. And then right before I crimp, I'm going to grab a little bit of a helper. Because I like the way the crimp bead looks when it has more wire through it and I don't have to crimp it as many times. So you're going to stick it in the concavity of your pliers. You're going to center it and squeeze. Not hard. You don't have to like manhandle it or woman handle it. The biggest part of having a beautiful, successful crimp tube or crimp bead is to make sure that you're centered every time you go to crimp. So that way, otherwise you'll get kind of like an hourglass look, but it's very scratchy hourglass, so not something you want scratching your skin. I wouldn't make that too small for the leather. I so wasn't paying attention. Now, I would have had a carnelian at the focal, on the focal. LOL. I got off to a really opposite start. Kim. You're right. You are absolutely right. This side's already cranked. Luckily, I string pretty quickly. So I need another bead. A chameleon. Focal back on. And I hope you know I'm doing this because I completely agree with that choice. If I can get this fit, I'm 2 seconds away from taking off this thing. Again, I'm going to put 3 of the spacers at the beginning. The one on the center and one on either side. Another carnelian on. I think you're absolutely right, Kim. It's going to be, I like it. I may not even need, I only need 1 spacer if I do the carnelian just to sit right under the veil. The carnelian will hold it into place, and this will keep the veil from flipping around because it'll nestle it. So this was absolutely the right call, Kim. It's going to get rid of that fiddliness that I was combating and didn't like. So let me get a couple of shells on. Yeah, I like that so much better. Thank you. Eat a shell bead. And if you say you feel bad I undid it, I'm gonna smack you. I wouldn't have done it if I did not fully agree with you that that would look better. And not only will it look better, it'll help the necklace fit better. So don't say you feel bad. Oh, for the love of this amateur is out of here. I'm so sorry. You go out of here. What are you talking about? You are, girl, you have jewelry in a gallery. Don't talk to me about this amateur bullshit. You are not an amateur. You design beautiful jewelry. Dude, I'm gonna make you come to the graduation just so I can knock some sense into you. Don't be sorry. I like it better. Please don't be sorry. I truly like this better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We're gonna do carnelian, and look at that. It didn't even take me 2 minutes to restring this thing. And like I said, I like the way it looks better. Which just goes to show that your design ideas are amazing. And you just heard me. I hope suggestions don't come with expectations, because if I don't agree, I'm not going to do it. But I completely agree with you. So calm down. You didn't do anything wrong. Thank you for making my piece better. I genuinely appreciate it. Just like I appreciated everybody trying to help me get this back in. Look, even just now, it's not as fiddly. It lays perfectly. It's not moving around. The veil isn't flipping. It's perfect. It looks gorgeous. It's laying so much better. So, hush, I really do like it better.
Confirm my comment.
Yeah, she does that all the time. He goes, when I crocheted, it was even worse. Because I crocheted mandalas and like I would crochet for an hour and then be like, I don't like those stitches together. And I'd pull it all the way out and it drove him crazy. He would get up and leave the room because he would say that he couldn't watch me keep undoing all my work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Just making sure this is more coppery. So I want that one for the top bead. I really do like this better, Tim. The veil was driving me nuts. And you fixed it. So yeah, it's not flipping at all anymore. I think I'm gonna redo this loop though, just so it's a little bit bigger. See, it lays back down perfectly every time. It was a great suggestion. But I think I'm gonna use knot covers actually, especially if I can find my itty bitties instead of a loop, because I forgot that I'm using the silver wire. So these ones, even though they were last time, I'm also gonna use these for the top with the leather. Or maybe I'll do it on the top and the bottom. No, probably just the top. Just one more. Yeah, there we go. Okay, new loop. We're gonna do. And I'm still gonna do like the crimp steps so that this is folded. If I can get it, I squished it before I decided to fold it. There. So it will fit inside of the crimper better. And because it's a side closing one, I can do the crimp before putting the knot cover on, thereby giving me a smaller, better fit. Okay. You stay on there. Let me close you. I have Mario in my head. I'm sorry. I hope I don't get copyrighted. I don't know why. Sometimes I get like the fourth one where you have to go get Bowser or whatever. Yeah, that's what I have stuck in my head right now. Hurry up, open it with.
Anita made it in while we were going back and forth, so you probably can see her.
Who?
Anita. Serious.
These are side closing. So then I automatically put the little loop in to keep it closed, but I like the side close, especially for a project like this when I want I can go ahead and I can crimp the wire and then put the crimp cover on. It makes it much easier. Not everybody likes the side closing ones. They think they're not as sturdy, which I don't get because those same people will use the ones where you have to like curl the loop, and those I don't understand how they're sturdy. These at least close and you put a jumper through the top. So I'm not sure exactly why there are people that think that the side closing aren't as secure because they absolutely are. Why did I just put the copper up here? I need to go and make an order of all the colors. Okay. We're gonna come down. We're gonna put what am I doing? Whether you're crimping it like normal. Leave a little bit of space for my crimp to go on. I crimped it flat on accident. So now I have to get it just so underneath that it wants to skip and go off of it. And there we go. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to crimp it closed. And I left a gap right there. So I have room to put my crimper through. And then I'm gonna hold this back as tight as I can, or not, and just finger close it first. And then go in behind and squish it closed all the way. Then I'm gonna grab an oval jump ring. Wait, these are the thick ones. I don't want the thick ones. I don't even know why I have these ultra thin ones, but those are not the ones I want. Now, if you wanted to, if this is like island vacation, like you're gonna go down to dinner, what should I do with that? I don't know. Like you're going down to dinner at the resort or whatever. But if you wanted to make it like more casual for like walking on the beach, whatever, you could introduce wood beads onto the leather, or you could do a second strand where you a second strand that has like wood beads so that it looks um more casual. But if you have the right spacers, even with that, it could look really pretty. Okay, let's do one of these so that I can get the knotting for those of you who are new to it. Like I said, see, falls perfectly in place every time. Hi, Anita. Aww. Okay. I'm going back and forth about if I do actually want to put those crimp covers and attach it that way to the jump ring. And then do so up at the top as well. If I'm gonna do that, let me see where this is sitting. So I only need like 2 or 3 inches of leather on either side. And I think that, yeah, I think I'm gonna use these on both sides. What does everybody think? Yes? Yes, no, maybe so? Yeah, I definitely think that's what I'm just gonna pull off like 3 inches. These are not my good cutters, Linda. Not to worry. I'm just gonna put the end of the leather in, and you need to get it up past the middle to where you can just barely see it out of the top, but it's not poking out of the top. And then that's when your Zeron crimpers really come in handy. And you want to get in here and you want to squeeze. And then you want to turn it and you want to squeeze the other side. Again, just like with the magical crimper, you do not have to do this all crazy. You don't have to squish it. If you do that, you will actually break the center, thereby making it weak. So you don't want to do that. You just want to squeeze it on either side just enough to be able to do that. One. And these, like a lot of the other bindings that I use, guys, they're 18 karat gold plated or 18 karat gold filled. And you'd be surprised, like the difference in price is not anything that you would think it would be. So, like, say you're buying a set that has 3 sizes, like this one. The like cheap gold ones are only $4 or $5 more expensive or less expensive. So that's why I try to like show you guys that the plated materials are not out of reach for you, and it adds a level of quality that people are willing to pay more money for, even though they do the exact same job. Okay. 1 and 4. I don't know. I'm trying to grab. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, again, the thinner ones. I've got to stop doing this. I put the thinner ones in with the thicker ones, and then when I go to find them, it's harder to pull them out. But that's a problem for another speed. So we just need 4 jump rings. We need to decide what we want for our class. We're going to do a simple lobster club or lobster class. And when I open jump rings, I like to use a plier that is wide enough that it's perfect on both sides. Oh, I already have jump rings on that side. So I just have to decide if I'm going to do a lobster class. And I think I will. Oh, where's my big one? Are they in this? No, only the small ones are in here. Well, I don't want to keep it right here longer, so I wish it's one of the smaller ones. Just know I'm going to swap it out as soon as we get off of here. So okay. So this one we can direct connect first or jumper that's already on there. So at the top, we're gonna want a bigger one, which they're not attached to. There's something. That's impossible. I don't know why my opal jumper rings are attached to the circle one. I just need one of those. We can put these ones back. I'll have one to attach the lobster clasp, and I will have a bigger one for at the top to clasp onto the necklace with. Those are cutters. That's one of the bigger ones. Put this on. At the end of the design, I always have that dun 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 dun. That's the sound that's going through my head right now. I don't know why, but that's what it is. I already jumped onto that. There's the big one. Clasp onto it with, and then we will turn up, and I will show off the finished product. I'm very happy with it. Jump. Come on. It's a double loop, so it might not like the smaller jump there. This would be a really pretty necklace. I didn't spill it. Okay. See how nicely that hangs now? I love having the teardrop in front of the sun. I wasn't sure about it at first, but I like the way it hangs very nicely. And I think, yeah, I made it long enough that it could go on without, I could have just put leather on. But no, I like that. And then, like I said, you could do a really simple gold chain above it. And that's where you could use like one of the little charms, the little sun charms. Or like this one is just a really simple little diamond with a rhinestone in the middle that I also got from B-Box Bargains. And then I don't think this would be. We do these separately. Oh, and then connect them for earrings, or do we just like it stacked? That's the question of the moment. Um, I could put gold spacers in between if I wanted. So that's what it would look like stacked. With nothing in between them. If I put one of the gold spacers in between the shell and the other beads, it would stack like that. I'm not gonna lie, kind of see this as a hoop now. Like alternating or just having it hang down in a teardrop moment. But like maybe just with the carnelian in the shell. Just that, but like bend it up into a teardrop. What do you think? I could even put a gold spacer on either side of the carnelian and just make this a really simple teardrop earring. Oh, you like to put a drop? See, I'm allergic to adhesive. So anytime I tend to put the bulb in the middle, just you. Okay, hold on. Let me cut this piece of wire so I'm not trying to do it on the spool. So you're saying fold in the middle. So put the carnelian in the middle. I'm gonna show. I'm gonna repeat on the other side. Put the shit off if I have enough. I'm hoping that I do. So I talked to, for those of you who came in late, I had a very long and informative conversation with Vlad earlier today. And he said that him and Tammy are totally fine with me like splitting up a couple of that is not the middle. What do you mean it's not the middle? That's totally the middle. You just completely, that is the middle. And then just do like a little teardrop. Did you mean that the carnelian was the bulb? Now I'm confused. Anyways, he's okay with me breaking up a couple of the sets. Like there was a couple that had a lot of focals. Earrings can. Earrings. I'm making earrings. I don't like the way this shows. I just thought that they would be pretty. This one sits better. No, I need, well, I'm gonna need 4 little ones for if I want them to hang the way I want them to. I'm gonna grab some 4 smallest ones. Is it really you? What do you mean, is it really you? Okay. We're gonna put that on. I'm gonna make sure I have these gold beads for the other earring before. Oh, here are the shells I was talking about that I got that I'm gonna make into asymmetrical earrings. So yeah, so they'll go like that with like a faceted onyx on top of it. And I'm gonna do, as soon as I saw them, I knew I wanted to do asymmetrical. It kind of goes from like a silver and then it goes into teal and into black. And yeah, that's pretty, but that's the way I saw them as soon as I saw them. 3 stones, 1 in the middle. Oh, no shells. That works because the shells were, I was trying, yes. Here we go. Kim is playing Choose Your Own Adventures with the design. I think I need the gold piece on the back side of the board. Maybe the teardrop. Yes. No. Yes. No. Maybe so. No, I actually don't like the gold. Okay. So then I'm gonna make a little teardrop by crossing the wires like this. And you can reshape it after you've like done up the top. But what I like to do is I like to grab just below where the wires are crossing. And then with a different pair of pliers, and I know this is off center, I'll fix it in just a minute. Oh, it's not holding both wires. One goes out and one goes up, like so. And then still holding that wire in place, I'm just gonna do one single wrap because I'm also gonna do a loop. And so I will have more wraps when we get to that point. So this is just like my hybrid loop. I don't want to go crazy with the amount. I want the materials to be simplistic, but also, and I'll put this on a mandrel. Where is my ring mandrel? I think it's sure. So I'm just gonna bend that back like so. I'm gonna grab my 6-set veil making pliers. I'm gonna make a loop like so. And then this is where we'll come in and we'll go over the top. Actually, it kind of went right in between the first wrap and the second. And I don't know that I'll be able to replicate that one on the other earring, but it looks really pretty. So, like I said, you can go in and mess with this afterwards. Just find like a round, anything round that you have. Like, here's this plastic, and I can literally like form it the way I want. And then it's back in shape, and you can just stick it on a very simple ear wire. Let us go ahead and do the other one. Or let's see if I can do it in 6 minutes. Probably shouldn't be trying to time myself because that's like asking for trouble, right? Okay. I don't think I took that long enough anyways. I'll make ear wires up. Just a minute. I like to start the curve before I put my beads on. Jimmy, I just need to get you comfortable with technology enough that we can like meet in StreamYard because that's what I want more than anything. Your girl cut it kind of close with the wire on this one. But I think it will be okay just because I've got to do the, come on. I can shoot that. I don't need a whole lot of wire to do my little. Are you serious? I'm so sure, but yeah, I'm good. Okay, so we're gonna turn this one up and this one out. The other one went so well. What the heck? I hope I have enough wire. I don't think that I do. No, it's too small. I got coffee. I told you if I said I was gonna, if I was watching a clock, it wouldn't go. And this is why designers always say, I'd rather, I did it again. So now I'm gonna measure, I'm gonna pull this one down, and then I'm gonna add an inch and a half or two. And keep the longer one. And now it's way too long, but it's okay. So this is what I'm gonna use. I want for the bend later. I'll do the bend now. Put a little bit of pressure on yourself. And either you succeed or you don't. But practice makes progress. If it's perfection, then it doesn't look. I want a redder carnelian. This carnelian is red. I want like a really dark one for the center. Yeah, so the more big one. And Kim, that's you. That's literally my design process all the time. I put beads on, I take beads off. I put beads on, I take beads off. I do it all the time. So it's nothing new. That's why Steve was like, "You're good." But this part is aggravating. For some reason, it doesn't want to sure they're the same size. A little more narrow. Just gonna hold it in my hand instead of the plier. There we go. Out. And we're just gonna go around the post one time. Just like that. Only a little bit tighter. There we go. We've gone all the way around. So now we can just nip that off. And then I'm gonna bend this straight back. There's a little curve there. And I'm gonna make my loop. Once I have my loop, we will reshape the teardrop. Oh, it did go directly over and under that again. Pretty cool. There we go. And actually, the shape of these are right there. Okay, I have to find one of my rulers if I'm gonna do the ear. So I can check. I know I've showed you a gazillion times before, but And of course I don't see it because I have pearls and golden beads all over my desk. I will as soon as I do it. Oh, sorry. Yes. I do that too. And sometimes I throw stuff at the wall. Okay. Come on. I literally have 5 metal rulers that get lost on a daily basis. Because I have too much going on all at once. And my brain is cluttered and my mat is cluttered and it's driving me back. Babe, is there a measuring tape somewhere? I just need to measure 45 millimeters. That's all I need. And then I can show you how to make perfect matching ear wires every time. Even though you can make them one at a time. Look at all these beads, ladies. You like, ooh, haha, the big one. You have a measuring tape? Yeah. I did too, babe, but I don't see them. And so it's asking if you have a measuring tape.
In my work though.
No, that's okay. I will just do it without measuring and they can. If you do 45 millimeters, you come out with the perfect ear wires every time.
This says 45.
Okay, let me see. Mm. Okay. So we're gonna use my cheap little mandrel. Thank you, babe.
Sure.
And we're gonna go to 45 millimeters. I've got to straighten it first. It's too rounded. Let's see if I can do one bit. No, I can't. Everybody looks at something. Thank you. Really that's it. I
Other people have
did not want to
expectations.
turn. Linda, I don't know how to get this to flip around. I can do it every like 5 or 6 times I try. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you like the silver one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it in gold too. He found the silver. Okay, so you're gonna measure at 45 millimeters and you're gonna cut. And then you can cut the other side, the second metal, right along with it. So you have two 45 millimeter pieces of wire that are flush cut on both sides. Then this is where your 6-step veil making plier comes in very handy. So you're gonna go with the tip of your wire to where you cannot feel it, touch it, but the pliers are able to hold on. You're gonna rotate until you get to the wire on the other side. I'll do it again on the other side just to show you that you don't have to do both at the same time in order to get matching pairs. And I would even say this is not just easier, but more precise. So I'm going to go around the 5th step of my air wire. So I'm going to face the loop away from the mandrel that I'm going around and just go until the wire hits the loop. Do the same thing for the second one, just till it hits the loop. Now, here's where your precision comes in handy. Let's see if I can do this. I wish I could zoom in, just so you could see. My nail keeps touching it. I'm doing it on this so I can bring it up to the camera. Hopefully. No, it's too slick. But if you set them on top of each other, they're identical. So then you have to decide how big of a kick you want, if you want one at all. I'm going to recommend that you try different pliers because like this is the perfect standard kick. And all I'm gonna do is put the end right at the end and do a little kick like that. Same thing with this side. You're just gonna come till the end is flush and do a little kick. And you have two identical ear wires. You could make 100 of these at one time. And they would all be exactly the same because you're using identical measurements, which I find much easier than trying to do two at one time. Because as you saw, it's hard to get your pliers to hold two pieces of wire at the same time. It's going to hold one tight, but the second wire is going to slip, just like it did when I was trying to form the teardrop and wrap around it. Same thing here. And then you're just going to open your ear wire. Oh, I have my loops facing the wrong way. Sorry, hold on. I need to turn them and then make sure that there's no wire that is not. Sometimes when you flip them, the piece of wire will then stick out, and obviously you don't want that. But, and then also you're either going to use the cup attachment if you have the little beadle-on tool, you're going to use that, or just use a nail buff. And you're going to file the end of this until it's smooth. Otherwise, people are going to get scratched in their ears, which could lead to infection, which obviously you don't want to give your customers an infection of any kind. So take the time to file that down. So then you have a pretty pair of earrings to go with your pretty necklace. Perfect for the summer beach trip, or just even in the winter when you just want to feel like it's warm, even though it's 30 degrees outside. Put that necklace on and it will help. But yeah, alrighty guys. Love you all. Why do we have a pattern? I missed something for you. Yeah, if you do it with the mandrel, not just your round nose pliers, because to get it to match up is you can mark your pliers, but if the wire is up on one side of the Sharpie mark, it's going to be different than if your pliers are on the other side or dead center. If you do it with your 6-step magical or 6-step bill making pliers, and you do the first step and the 5th step, or the first step and the 4th step, whichever one you prefer, it's going to turn out better. If you're going to go up to the 6th step on this, and you don't like a big kick on your earrings, then you're going to want to add a couple more millimeters. I like very short, like I use not these pliers, but the pointer ones. I call them my Randy pliers because that's where I get them. But I hope you guys all had fun. I'm gonna tell you again, we have the live auction on Saturday. As I said earlier, Vlad has given me permission to break up some of the sets in order to make sure that people can purchase beads regardless of their budget. So that's going to be fun. Or Friday. Yes, Vlad is going to be in the comments. At first, he was like, I won't say anything. And I'm like, please do. We would love your insight, your stories. I recorded our 4 hour conversation because it was so educational. When he talks about like the history behind the different textiles, they use a lot of textile patterns in their designs, whether it be the paisley or when it looks like there's been leather stitching on it, whichever it's from. And he talks about it with such a passion that you can't help but be enamored by him because you can tell it's something that he truly loves. It's something like he was telling me one pattern I thought I made up all by myself. And then we went to Barcelona and walked into a museum and I looked up and there was a textile hanging in a frame and I'm like, you didn't make that up, Vlad. That was not original idea, which like my hybrid loop, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's ever figured that out. I just happen to like it, to use it, and like to teach it. And a hybrid loop was just an easy way to refer to it so that people didn't get confused about like what it was. They knew it was something different. So everything. I really like to know you know what you're selling. Exactly. That's why I recorded the entire 4 hour conversation because I wanted to be present. I didn't want to be sitting there taking notes, missing the stories he was telling, everything else. Also, he does a retreat every year where you come in, you go to Bulgaria, you stay in a very nice house with a lot of rooms and whatnot. You get to go around Bulgaria and check out the sites, the museums, everything. You get to go through a class where he literally teaches you techniques on how to make the bead you so you can make the beads yourself. And you get to sit there with him and his wife and his daughter, who is also amazingly talented in ceramics. She does more like she does cups and tiles that you can put on your backsplash or whatnot that when you put them in a pattern it makes a face or whatever. They're a very talented family. Send the link to the tutorial you have for the silicone sliders. Yes, I will, my dear. I will go look for it and send it to you.
If they have to go to Bulgaria with their husbands, remind their husbands if they like history. He was a history teacher because
Yes.
I would go just for the Bulgarian history.
Yes, and he was a historian. He was the history teacher. He's now running in a campaign to be part of Parliament, and he told me how there was 9 different parties during the most recent election, and that there's the politics there are so complex and layered. That's how they have 7 parties rather than 2 like we do. And he's funny. He's like, everybody else in my life are doctors. My brother's a doctor, his wife's a dentist. He's good. My mom was, she worked in like laboratories creating new medicines and whatnot, and his dad was a physician. He's like, so I'm the only one. And I told him, you don't understand. Beading heals. It heals something in all of us, whether it's mental health reasons and it helps pull it out of it, or me who likes to have something to focus on outside the pain I'm in 24/7. I said, you are healing. It's one of the hashtags I have in every one of my videos. It always says beating myself better. And then the next one is beating yourself better because I believe that it's true. Yes, I would love to go. Yes, there is a link. He's sending it to me. We'll be sharing, and I'm getting more details from him. It's $4,000 per guest, but I believe that covers the airfare, the house, the food, everything. And then obviously, if you buy other things while you're like exploring, it's not included. But yeah, I write him. It's on my bucket list. I told him it was on my bucket list. He said they started the retreats as a family so that he had a reason for his daughter to be right there for a full week. So Yeah, Kim's like, I'm in. Okay, great. I know I'm the same way. I would love to go. Steven would love to just soak up all the history, but don't let him fool you, girls. It's not just about the history. That man now is like in the bead room or at the bead shop when it's crazy busy. And he's like, oh, those are rondelles. Oh, these are faceted. And I'm looking at him and going, when did that happen? But he pays attention. Yeah. I would send Heather with you whether I go or not. Just, aw, you're so sweet, babe. Yeah, I would love to go. It would be amazing. It's in June. This year will be our 27th anniversary. So, what kind of trip would that be for our 30th anniversary? That would be amazing. But yes, I will, yes, Kim, I would totally love for a bunch of us to get together, but it would be so much fun. But yeah, I will share that link and talk about it more. He's sending me further information just so that I can go over it. And it's open to anybody, obviously, not just like the US. So if you're watching from another country like Linda, this is something you could do should you choose to do so. I would just love to soak up all of the knowledge. That's why I recorded the call today because I just wanted to listen. I didn't want to be like scribbling. So like the not even the second collection that I put out that I had questions for. I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna record this. And I did, and I'm so lucky. There's so much information in that call that I now have recorded that I can go back to and reference it whenever I want to. So that's awesome. Also, he kind of sort of said that if Saturday goes well, that they have a show in April, and then the show after that is in June. And he said if Saturday is successful, we could do another auction in May. So we gotta let this go. But yes, we would need, yeah, he needs to carry our beads, right? Anyways, guys, I love you. I can't wait to see you. Next time I'll be on for sure. I might pop on tomorrow morning, depending upon how I'm feeling and where I'm at with everything. But if not, you will see me Friday morning and then again on Saturday. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. As always, thanks for showing up with me and happy beading, everyone.